Hello and welcome to this video. And in this video we are going to be looking at the top 5 things you need to be doing when you are representing yourself in family court as advised by a solicitor. That's right, folks. The solicitors who advise you to do these YouTube videos, we're going to dissect it and we're going to look at how credible these solicitors really are and are they really out to help you. If you didn't know who I am, I'm Jason. I'm a Mackenzie friend, probably the best Mackenzie friend in England and Wales. You can quote me on that. We do things holistically to get people through family court, and we use the family court process to be wiser, bigger and stronger people, because it breaks you. This whole process, if you didn't realise, it breaks you. If you're watching this, then you're probably going through it, or you've been through it, or you're just someone that doesn't like me and you're going to mock me for my antics doing this. But either way, enjoy the video. Hopefully it'll teach you something. Hopefully it'll teach you that you don't need a family court professional. You don't need a solicitor in family court. You just need to be, well, you need me by your side, basically. So you could say that I'm not conventional in the full sense of the word, but we do enjoy getting positive or helping our clients get positive results, because we don't do things the same way as everyone else does things, because otherwise we'd get the same results, wouldn't we? And that would be a bit rubbish, let's be honest. And while you have the same corporate namby-pamby stuff up top, top of the upper lip, blah, 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 looking down, talking down to everyone, do you know what? We could all make a living out of that, but we're all humans at the end of the day, and we're all going through a painful process. And it's not as complicated as what they make it. They make it complicated because they want you to use solicitors, but you don't need a solicitor. I'm here to help you. I'm here to tell you, you don't need a solicitor. You just need to be you, own your shit, be humble, show sacrifice, offer compromise, prepare to be pragmatic, and remain child-focused. All at the right stages, all at the right times. You do not need a solicitor in family court, and this video is going to give you a prime example as to why not. Obviously, I'm perusing the internet and I'm looking at videos, not that type of video. Videos I'm looking at YouTube videos with competitors, people who are doing what I'm doing, and they're all pretty much the same sort of thing, very sort of stiff, tough, top upper lip, and very quiet and very rigid. And I think I get that because obviously people are going through a painful time. People are going through there's a painful, life-changing experience you're going through. I've been through it, live it. I've not spent a Christmas day with my daughter since 2013. Yeah, since 2013. So it's not easy, but that doesn't mean we have to be miserable. Doesn't mean we have to be sad. Doesn't mean we have to be broken. Yes, we're broken. We're always going to be broken, but we can move forward, we can grow, we can be better, we can be stronger, and we can take on the establishment and the system without a solicitor and do things the right way, child-focused, being better people, as growing as individuals as we go through it as well. Let's have a look at this next video. This first clip, this should give you an idea where we're heading.
Today I'm here to talk about 5 tips for representing yourself in a family court case.
I get it's like a different culture, America and that sort of thing, but he's a bit rigid, isn't he? He's a bit like, I'm going to give you 5. But before I give you the 5, I'm going to give you a quick tour of my kitchen and my out my window view where I've been perving and spying on my neighbours. Look how far my lens goes on my camera. Who's going to be standing up for you? Well, sir, it might not be you it's not going to be you, is it? If you're going to be perving over your neighbours like that continually. Come on now.
When it comes to your family and children, nothing is more important.
Now, bearing in mind, this guy's actually getting paid probably a lot more money than what I do to help people through family court in America right now. He's sort of stating the obvious, but is he? But is he really stating the obvious? Is it really that obvious? When it comes to family and children, nothing is more important?
For the best results possible, I always suggest that you hire an attorney. But if you cannot afford an attorney, let me make a few suggestions on how to help yourself in your family court case.
After getting over the initial shock of, well, not shock really, surprise that he's going to actually advise you to go for an attorney, advise you to go for a solicitor. Of course they do. That's what they always do. They want you to go for a solicitor. They want you to use their services, right? So you go through every single motion that you have to, and they will drag you through every single motion. The fact that, did you also like the way that they ring the bell? Ding, ding. I'm going to give you some really, I'm intrigued now. I'm intrigued as to what these fascinating 5 tips are going to be that no one knows about before. No one's ever heard about these 5 tips. And this guy, he's literally, what a personality. What a personality. You see, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is get a solicitor, because that's what you need. But don't worry. You can't afford a solicitor, I'm going to give you the best 5 tips you're ever going to get when it comes to family law. You won't need a solicitor after this. It's just not me. It's just not me. I can't do it. I just can't do it. These 5 tips, these are better be the best 5 tips you're ever going to get, because if you can't afford a solicitor, poof.
The first tip to representing yourself in a family court case is to know your story.
Did I just hear this right? Let me just rewind that again. My rule of thumb, just so we're clear, my rule of thumb, my philosophy. First thing I'm saying to you is own your shit. What did you do wrong? This guy, lawyer, whatever, his first point of call, his first thing to you, his first bit of advice, know your story. Know your story. Know your truth. Know your story. I remember the benefit says know your truth, but know your story. Really? No, like, know your story?
Be prepared to tell the judge who you are, why you're in court, what you want the court to do, and why you want the court to do it.
We've got know your story, and then it goes straight on to, this is your story. Your name, and we're going to do your name, what you want the courts to do, why you're in court, why you're here, right? Your name. So we've got this, your name, you can do your name, why you're in court, and what you want court to do for you. Can you manage that? You're going to need it. You need me to tell them your name? Really? And this is what they pay the big money for. The big money for these. The big money that comes in for this lot. Big money. So just to reiterate, just to avoid any confusion, your name, who you are, why you're in court, what you want court to do for you, and why you want the court to do it. You're in family court to see your children. You obviously want to see your children, and why you want to see the children. This is some gems in there. Literally cannot wait for number 2. Number 2 is going to be, God, I can't wait for number 2 now. It's going to be brilliant. These tips are brilliant.
The second tip for representing yourself in family court is to be prepared. Make sure that you've rehearsed your story.
I can't believe I get people trolling me. This is a proper qualified solicitor, legal person in America. This is the advice that he's given. And I have no doubt that solicitors in England, in fact, I've seen them, solicitors in England, give out just as good advice as what Ryan is giving out here in this video. Now, did you hear what he just said there? Did you hear? Make sure you're prepared. You've got your court date coming. Be prepared. Rehearse your story. Because you're talking shit, because you're going to be talking total shit, you need to rehearse it. Rehearse the shit you're going to be talking about. Now, if you're a woman, and you're a really bad woman, one of the really horrible ones, because you get nice ones too. You'd be having a gold mine, this man would be having a gold, but rehearse your story. Rehearse the bullshit you're going to say. Get the tears, get the fake tears out. Rehearse, keep practicing. Practicing makes perfect. Keep practicing and practice some more.
Or testimony. Be on time for your court appearances and dress appropriately.
I never once paid a solicitor to do any of my shit for family court. Not once, not even one. I ended up beating my ex-wife's solicitor twice. Once for myself in my own case, and then when I was working with a client, I had come across him as well. But this is why they pay the solicitors the big money. This is the advice you're giving. I can't believe this video's got 20,000 views. 20,000 views. That's 20,000 people's lives this bloke has probably fucked up. Be prepared. Be on time. Rehearse your story. Be prepared. Oh well, and dress smart too. Come on now. Where's the actual advice?
Really. And prepare any exhibits that you wish to give the court ahead of time.
There you go. There's the bit of advice we've been waiting for. That's the one. That's the gem. Make sure you prepare your paperwork before you go to court. Make sure you send it to the court before you go to court. I need a solicitor. Do you know what? I need a solicitor to give it. This information is, I'm lost without it. I'm so glad I've come across this guy. So glad.
The third tip for representing yourself in a family court matter is to stick to the important points of your case. Don't get caught up in trying to mudsling or score points against the other party. Remember,
we will give Ryan some credit here. Stick to the important parts of the case. He's got a point. Too often do we get asked questions and we go running off answering the question that hasn't been answered, hasn't been asked. We say what we want the court to hear. We don't always answer the question. But don't mudsling. In fact, rewind the story. When he says don't mudsling, hang on a minute, think about this a minute. Don't mudsling, that's fine, don't mudsling. But don't take it up the arse either, because ultimately what's going to happen here is you're not going to throw any mud back. You need to defend your story, defend your situation, defend your corner. By that, I mean, rewind the situation a little bit. Don't make up fresh allegations on top of the allegations that they're putting against you. Rewind the situation that they put to you, and there'll be a build up to it. And that build up will be what you tell. And I'll guarantee it, within that build up, you will have been abused. Trust me. Not fucking Ryan. I'm giving you more facts here than what Ryan's giving you.
Party. Remember what you're trying to do and trying to prove to the court, and stick to those important points.
Now, there's a certain amount here that's, yeah, I could agree with, yeah. Stick to the script, stick to the facts, right? But when he says, don't forget what you're here for, don't forget what you're here for. In his world, you're here to talk shit. You're here to tell some porky pies. Literally, you're here to prove a point. And I've seen this a lot with all my clients. Some of my clients, like, they pretend to be something they're not. They pretend that they're nice. So they pretend that they want to work this holistic way to try and get around the courts. And when they don't get the order they want, they start throwing the toys at the pram. And they're like, oh, you're wrong. No. I'm not wrong. Look at your attitude. You're wrong.
The fourth tip for representing yourself in a family court matter.
Fantastic. I've been waiting for this moment. Number 4. Tell me. I can't wait.
Is to do the best you can to understand the court process.
Do the best you can to understand the court process. Would a solicitor, if you've been represented by a solicitor, would the solicitor help you understand the court process? I don't think so. They'd just say, sit there, let me get on with it. You just give me the money. You give me the money. They're not going to let you know the court process. But what you need is a good Mackenzie friend that's going to predict the outcome of every single case for you. He won't always get it right, but he gets it right over 80% of the time. Do you know anybody? Do you know anyone?
Process. Knowing what to expect before each hearing is extremely important. Talk to friends or family that may have been through the process before.
Granted, he's got a point here again. I don't like agreeing with this Ryan, but he's got a point here. Do what you can to speak to as many people as you can. Speak to as many people as you can. Even the fucking idiots that go through it wrong. The people that say that family court is against them and blah, 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 and had really bad experiences. Learn what they did. Learn why their experiences were that bad. And they might say, don't forget, they're going to be saying, oh, the judge was biased, blah, blah, blah. It's not always the case. Your attitude determines the outcome of your case. I don't care what anyone says, that's what happens. If you can't communicate with your ex-missus or your ex-partner, there's going to be no 50-50. Simple as that. But speak to people, get guidance, but that doesn't mean that you follow all of their advice. The only advice you need is the behavioural blueprint from Family Court Mastery, which is own your shit, be humble, show sacrifice, offer compromise, prepare to be pragmatic, and remain child-focused. You do those things at the right times, at the right moments, you're going to get a decent order at the end of it all.
Do as much research as you can ahead of time so that you can anticipate what's coming with each hearing.
Well, you could do as much research as you like, but it's pretty pointless because family courts are not bound by previous decisions. So you're not bound by, you put a case law in and that sort of shit, that doesn't mean they're going to have to stick to the case law and stick to what has happened previously, because every family dynamic is different. Research, I don't know if it's worth doing that. Maybe just rehearse your story. Just rehearse your story. That's a better idea, isn't it? Especially if you're talking shit, rehearse it. Or call. The
more you can understand ahead of time, the better prepared you will be for your court appearances.
I'm not being funny, right? This guy's speaking basic shit, basic knowledge. This is what solicitors do. They give you basic. My unborn child from 2030 will know more about fucking shit than what this bloke does.
Final tip for representing yourself in a family court matter is...
Oh, we're at the end already?
Is don't be afraid to compromise.
He's actually saved the best till last. Can't argue with him, can't fault the bloke.
If the judge has to decide your case, there's a chance that you won't win everything that you want.
I'm sorry, but he takes one step forward and then like 10 steps back. If you go to contested hearing, you're not getting what you want, right? Let me just put it like this. If you go through the contested hearing, the judge is not going to give... If you're a contested hearing, if you've had to go through the contested hearing, the judge is not going to be... There's a chance you're not going to get what you want. Just a chance. No, you're not going to get what you want. Neither parties will get what they want. Neither party will get the order they want. Because if you get the contested hearing, she's going to be saying, or he's going to be saying, no contact whatsoever. You're going to be saying all the... Whatever. But you're not going to be... Where possible, avoid contested hearings. But... Don't just say there's a chance of not getting what you want. You're not going to get... Going through the contested hearing, you're not going to get what you want. It's quite simple.
Contested hearings often also lead to more friction between the parents.
I'd love to know how many years of university studying this guy's done to to get to where he's at.
If you're able to achieve your goals while compromising, that may be a better result in the long run.
For the sake of your children, compromising is a must. You're not going to come any single battle. You're not going to come out, and you're not going to. If there's conflict raging, then you're going to have to compromise. Just get used to the fact that you are not going to get what court order you want. In fact, it's very rare that you're going to get anything above the standard shit, which will be every other fucking weekend during the week, 3 nights during the week. You don't see your kids. I'll put money on it. Especially if the conflict is raging. That's the minimum you should be asking for. Conflicts, even if the conflict's raging, you should be minimum asking for it every other weekend, if your job permits it. 1 night during the week, 2 nights during the week, and build from that. I know people don't want to hear that. They want 50-50 or this, whatever else. But if the conflict is too high, you're not going to be getting 50-50. I'm very rare. I mean, I got it, but that's rare occasion. That's after 10 years. 10 years of shit and my ex-wife behaving like a stupid idiot. And that's why I got it. But that's very rare.
When it comes to family and your children, nothing is more important.
I'm still in 2 minds about this one.
I highly recommend that you hire an attorney for best results. But
No, sorry. Hire an attorney, hire a solicitor for best results. Hire a solicitor for best results. Are you fucking kidding me? Hire a solicitor to fucking waste your money, especially if it's this fucking clown.
But if you cannot afford an attorney, remember the tips that we've discussed today.
Bart. Hey, Ernie. Bart. Hey, Ernie. Don't know what happened there. Hey, Ernie. If you can't afford a solicitor or an attorney, I hope you can remember these 5 life-changing tips that will win any case in family law. Don't forget where you got them from, because I just wasted 20 minutes of your life that you're never going to get back. And the advice I gave you, well, if you didn't know already, then I'm going to fuck you over in court myself.
To know your story,
I think what he's trying to say here is own your shit.
Be prepared.
Be humble.
Stick to the important points of your case.
Show sacrifice.
Do the best you can to understand the court process.
Offer compromise.
And don't be afraid to compromise.
Prepare to be pragmatic. And most of all, if you do all of these things at the right time, at the right places, then naturally you're going to be child-focused. And when we say child-focused, we say take it to another fucking level.
Thank you for joining me today. I hope you find these tips to be helpful. Don't forget to find us on the web at hkklawoffices.com. I'm attorney Ryan Kautzer saying long until next time.
Now you can draw whatever conclusions from this you wish, but this is an attorney, a qualified attorney from America somewhere that is giving this shit advice out. Now, if I found there's not much on YouTube for England and Wales, the solicitors dare not fucking do stuff about in England and Wales. In fact, I'm gonna find some, but for our next video. But this is what I'm going to be doing moving forward. We're going to be making videos reviewing what solicitors are saying, the advice that solicitors are giving you, because they're qualified solicitors and they're supposed to be telling you what to do to help you. But I don't believe they want to help anybody apart from their own fucking wallets. In fact, I sit on conference calls with these people. I sit on Zoom calls with these people. They're all just fucking greedy fuckers. In fact, I was speaking to an old friend of mine, or an ex-client of mine. And this is what sort of made me sort of distance myself from him a little bit, because I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey to be like, I've lost everything. I've lost everything twice. Once because of an ex-wife, once, in fact, 3 times I've probably lost everything. Ultimately, I'm rebuilding now again. But ultimately, he said to me, you're never going to be like a billionaire. You're never going to be a millionaire because you're too nice. What? I'm too nice, therefore I'm never going to be financially abundant. I don't want to be, I'd much rather be, I've got in my heart, I've got riches in there. The amount of people I've helped and the amount of support I've given people makes me a millionaire in my heart. I think until next time, I hope you've enjoyed my dissecting of this video. I hope you can see that you don't need a solicitor in family court, especially if you're in America, especially if you're in England. You don't need it at all. You just need to you follow the 6 principles that I give you. And when I say child-focused, proper child-focused, you would not understand the level in which I go to. When I say that's child-focused, well, no, that's not. I've got clients that think that they are doing what's right for their child, but ultimately, all they're doing is what's right for them. And that's not right for the child. You have to be looking at it from a different perspective, a different angle. And that's why I'm so good at what I do, because we are child-focused. And that's why we go into court. We are child-focused. I make sure my clients are aware of what's needed to be said and done. Even if at first they don't agree with what I'm saying, they will go into court and it's their case. They have to say what they want. They'll soon see that I was accurate in what I was saying. And that's generally what happens. If you do need help with any family court matters, don't be scared to pop in, drop me a line, give me an email, put my email somewhere, or visit my page, or call me, or whatever it might be, Look, I'm here to help. This is my purpose, and this is what I was put on this earth to do. Until next time, speak soon.